Look, fellas, if you're over 60, there's a quiet mistake a lot of men are making every single day, and nobody feels it right away. No pain, no warning signs, no urgent symptoms. But years later, it shows up as nighttime bathroom trips, weak flow, constant discomfort, or worse, news you never saw coming. Here's the uncomfortable part. Most of the damage doesn't come from genetics. It comes from daily habits you'd swear are harmless. Habits doctors rarely ask about. Habits your buddies will never mention. And if you're thinking, I feel fine, this doesn't apply to me, that's usually the exact moment men should be paying attention, because prostate problems don't announce themselves loudly. They whisper until they don't anymore. I'm Dr. Rosalia Viterbo, and I'm a men's health specialist who works with guys 40 and up every single day, men who want their energy back, their hormones working for them again, and their confidence where it used to be. I've spent years helping men deal with things most of them were never taught how to talk about: prostate health, testosterone decline, sexual performance, and long-term vitality. And I want you to know something right up front. I'm not here to scare you, and I'm definitely not here to lecture you. I'm here to give you straight, practical guidance that actually works in the real world. The same advice I give my own patients sitting across from me in the office, I'm giving to you right now. Here's what I'm going to walk you through today. I'm going to break down 3 daily habits that have a powerful protective effect on the prostate, habits that are simple, realistic, and absolutely doable at your age. We'll talk about what's really happening inside your body after 60, why some common advice actually makes things worse, and how small daily choices can slow, and in some cases reverse, prostate-related issues. And I want you to stick with me until the end, because the final habit is one even a lot of doctors overlook, yet it makes a massive difference in urinary symptoms, hormone balance, and long-term prostate health. Think of your prostate like a donut sitting just below the bladder, wrapped around the urine tube. When you're younger, that donut stays soft and flexible. But as men age, especially after 50, and definitely after 60, hormonal shifts start changing the environment inside the body. Testosterone slowly declines, estrogen activity becomes relatively stronger, inflammation creeps in, and blood flow isn't what it used to be. All of that sends signals to the prostate to grow and stiffen. Here's where most men get it wrong. They think prostate enlargement is just a mechanical issue. It's bigger, so I pee more. But it's not that simple. The prostate is highly sensitive to hormones, blood sugar, stress chemicals like cortisol, and chronic inflammation. It's more like a mood ring than a brick. When the internal environment is off, the prostate reacts. Another big problem is how slowly this sneaks up on you. It's not like a heart attack where something dramatic happens. It's gradual. You start waking up once at night to pee, then twice. Then your stream isn't as strong. You feel like you never fully empty your bladder. A lot of guys shrug this off or joke about it with their buddies. Meanwhile, the prostate is under constant irritation. And here's the part nobody likes to hear, but it's important. Many of the things men do to feel healthy after retirement actually make prostate issues worse. Sitting too much, eating more processed foods, drinking less water during the day so they don't have to pee as often, pushing through chronic stress, ignoring sleep quality. All of that adds fuel to the fire. Your prostate doesn't age in isolation. It's responding to your metabolism, your hormones, your circulation, and your nervous system. That's why pills alone rarely fix the problem long term. And it's why daily habits matter more than most men realize. The good news, and this is important, is that the prostate responds incredibly well to the right signals. When inflammation drops, when blood flow improves, when hormones are supported instead of suppressed, symptoms often ease. Nighttime bathroom trips decrease, urinary flow improves, pressure and discomfort calm down. So this isn't about fighting aging, it's about working with your body instead of unknowingly pushing it in the wrong direction. Once you understand that, the habits I'm about to share will make a whole lot more sense, and you'll see why they're so powerful for men over 60. First habit, controlling inflammation every single day. Here's the deal. Chronic inflammation is enemy number 1 for the prostate. Most men think prostate enlargement is just about age, But in reality, inflammation is what tells the prostate to swell, tighten, and irritate the bladder. Inside the body, inflammation acts like a constant low-grade fire. Sugar spikes, processed carbs, fried foods, and alcohol all throw gasoline on that fire. Over time, the prostate becomes inflamed, sensitive, and reactive. This hits men over 60 especially hard because the body is already less efficient at calming inflammation. Testosterone is lower, recovery is slower, and the immune system is more reactive. Real-life example: the guy who eats pretty healthy but starts his day with toast, cereal, or a muffin, grabs a sandwich for lunch, and enjoys dessert at night. He doesn't feel sick, but his prostate feels it. What most men think works: taking a supplement and continuing the same diet. What actually works: reducing daily inflammatory triggers. That means prioritizing protein, vegetables, healthy fats, and cutting back on sugar and refined carbs. Even small changes, like swapping cereal for eggs or yogurt, can lower prostate irritation within weeks. You don't need perfection, you need consistency. Second habit: daily movement that improves pelvic and prostate blood flow. Look, fellas, sitting is brutal for the prostate. When you sit for long stretches, blood flow to the pelvis decreases, lymphatic drainage slows, and pressure builds right where you don't want it. The prostate relies on good circulation to clear waste products and reduce swelling. When blood flow drops, inflammation sticks around longer. This becomes a bigger issue after retirement, when daily movement often drops off a cliff. I'm not talking about hardcore workouts. I'm talking about daily, intentional movement. Walking, light strength training, gentle mobility work, even standing up and moving every 30-60 minutes. Real-world example: the man who watches TV for hours at night, then wonders why nighttime urination is getting worse. The issue isn't just the bladder, it's circulation. What most men think works: I'm too old to exercise. What actually works: low impact, consistent movement. Even a 20-30 minute walk daily can significantly improve urinary symptoms over time. Blood flow equals healing. The prostate is no exception. Third habit: stabilizing blood sugar instead of riding the roller coaster. This one surprises a lot of men. Blood sugar spikes cause insulin surges, which increase inflammation and stimulate prostate tissue growth. High insulin also interferes with healthy testosterone signaling. Men over 60 are more insulin resistant by default. That means the same bowl of pasta or dessert hits harder than it did at 40. Everyday example: big carb-heavy dinner, followed by worse nighttime urination. That's not a coincidence. What most men think works: I don't have diabetes, so I'm fine. What actually works: keeping blood sugar stable throughout the day. That means pairing carbs with protein, avoiding late-night sugar, and not skipping meals only to overeat later. Stable blood sugar equals calmer prostate signaling. Fourth habit: protecting sleep like your prostate depends on it, because it does. Poor sleep raises cortisol. Cortisol increases inflammation. Inflammation irritates the prostate. This is a straight line. On top of that, testosterone is primarily produced during deep sleep. Less sleep equals less hormonal support for prostate tissue. Men often cut sleep short, watch TV late, or drink alcohol at night, then wonder why urinary symptoms worsen. What most men think works: I'll just deal with less sleep. What actually works: improving sleep quality, not just duration. That means limiting late-night alcohol, keeping a consistent bedtime, and addressing sleep apnea if it's present. Better sleep often equals fewer nighttime bathroom trips. Fifth habit: daily hydration, done the right way. This one sounds backward, but dehydration makes urinary symptoms worse, not better. When you don't drink enough water during the day, urine becomes concentrated. Concentrated urine irritates the bladder and prostate, increasing urgency and nighttime trips. Men often intentionally drink less to avoid peeing. That backfires. What works is front-loading hydration earlier in the day and tapering off at night. What most men think works: less water means less peeing. What actually works: smart hydration timing, Clearer urine is gentler on the prostate. Sixth habit: managing stress signals, not just stress feelings. Stress isn't just in your head, it's hormonal. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, tightens pelvic muscles, and worsens urinary flow. Men over 60 often carry decades of stress patterns without realizing it. This doesn't mean meditation on a mountaintop. It means daily decompression, walks, breathing, hobbies, social connection. What most men think works: ignoring stress. What actually works: actively lowering stress signals. The prostate responds quickly when the nervous system calms down. All of these habits work together. None of them are extreme. But combined, they create an internal environment where the prostate can finally calm down instead of staying irritated day after day. A patient came to see me. We'll call him Frank. Frank was 67 years old, retired, and overall he thought he was doing pretty well for his age. He wasn't overweight, he didn't smoke, and he took a couple of supplements his buddy recommended. But he was exhausted. He was getting up 3 to 4 times a night to pee. His urine stream was weak, and he constantly felt pressure in his lower abdomen. On top of that, his energy and sex drive had taken a hit. When we dug deeper, the pattern became clear. Frank spent most of his day sitting. Breakfast was usually toast or cereal. Dinner was his biggest meal, heavy on carbs, and he drank most of his fluids late in the evening. Sleep was fragmented, and stress was higher than he realized, even in retirement. Here's the key part. His labs weren't terrible. They were just trending in the wrong direction. Mild inflammation, borderline insulin resistance, lower testosterone than he had a decade ago. Nothing dramatic enough for a quick prescription fix. So we didn't start with medication. We focused on daily habits. We cleaned up his breakfast, added daily walks, shifted hydration earlier in the day, tightened up sleep routines, reduced late-night carbs and alcohol, and we worked on simple stress decompression. Within a few weeks, nighttime bathroom trips dropped from 4 to 2. A couple months later, it was usually once or not at all. His stream improved, energy came back, confidence improved. The big lesson here is this: Frank didn't need a miracle. He needed the right signals going into his body every single day. When the environment improved, the prostate responded. And that's the opportunity most men over 60 still have, if they catch it early enough and take it seriously. First myth: prostate problems are just inevitable after 60. This one is everywhere, and it's damaging. Yes, the prostate changes with age, but severe symptoms are not guaranteed. I see men in their 70s with minimal urinary issues, and I see men in their 50s who are struggling badly. The difference isn't luck, it's the internal environment: hormones, inflammation, blood sugar, and lifestyle signals. Believing it's inevitable causes men to ignore early warning signs, and that's when problems escalate. Second myth: if it's bad enough, medication is the only real solution. Medications can help manage symptoms, and sometimes they're necessary, but they don't fix why the prostate is irritated in the first place. In many cases, men start meds without ever addressing inflammation, circulation, sleep, or metabolic health. The result? Temporary relief, ongoing progression. When daily habits improve, medications often work better or become unnecessary. Third myth: drinking less water will fix frequent urination. This one seems logical, but it backfires hard. Concentrated urine irritates the bladder and prostate lining, increasing urgency and nighttime trips. I've seen men cut their water in half and double their symptoms. Smart hydration earlier in the day, not late at night, is what actually helps. Here's the truth: most men aren't told. Your prostate is responsive tissue. It listens to the signals you send it every day. When those signals improve, symptoms often improve too. And when you stop believing these myths, you stop resigning yourself to unnecessary decline. If you're a man over 60 and you want to protect your prostate, it really comes down to a few daily habits. First, you've got to control inflammation. Less sugar, fewer processed foods, more real, whole nutrition. Second, you need daily movement to keep blood flowing through the pelvis and prostate, even if it's just walking. Third, stabilize your blood sugar by avoiding big carb spikes, especially at night. Fourth, protect your sleep, because poor sleep fuels inflammation and hormone imbalance. Fifth, hydrate smart. Drink enough water earlier in the day instead of cutting fluids altogether. And finally, manage stress signals, because chronic tension and cortisol absolutely irritate the prostate. Now, if you're a man over 60, or honestly, over 40, and you want to be proactive about your prostate, your hormones, and your long-term health, here's what I want you to do next. First, hit the like button, because it helps this video reach more men who need this information. Second, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos where I break this stuff down in plain English. And I want you to drop a comment below and tell me this: what's the one prostate or urinary symptom that's been bothering you the most? I read those comments, and they help me decide what to cover next. Also, check the description below for my free men's health guide. It walks you through simple steps to support hormones, energy, and prostate health naturally. If you're serious about aging strong, start there. I want you to remember this: you're not broken, and you're not just getting old. Your body is responding to the signals it's been given, and those signals can be changed. You still have more control over your health than you've been led to believe. I'm Dr. Rosalia Viterbo. Stay consistent, stay informed, and stay strong. I'll see you in the next one.